Hey there, welcome to Football Everyday, coming to you live and direct from the studios of Menara Star. With me today, the usual Football Everyday guys, Daryl.
How's it going, man?
Zack's back as well.
Hello.
And of course, our permanent special guest, Mr. Shebby Singh himself.
Not very happy.
Welcome to the show. Good to see you again.
Not very happy.
Not very happy, yeah.
Bottom of the table.
Yeah. Okay, well, plenty to look forward to in today's show. As later on, right, along with all the football talk, we'll be giving you the questions, all right, for week 2 of the Stars Tiger FC Road to Barcelona contest. But just before that, we'll get into the football chat as usual. Starting with the weekend's matches. What a weekend it's been, right, guys? Great performances by league leaders Chelsea, Arsenal, and of course Daryl's team Liverpool.
Team, right?
Yeah, who, in case you're not sure, beat Man United 2-1 at Anfield. Shebby, were the Reds good for their win?
Very much so. Yes, they were dominant in midfield, and I thought there was a certain freshness to their play, and they were. I mean, the big advantage that they had was, there was more hunger and desire there, I would say. I thought Man United, perhaps looking at the Liverpool lineup, would have thought, oh, no Torres, no Gerrard, all right, without the two best players, we'll be able to handle this team. But what happened was Liverpool just came out of the blocks and for 90 minutes played a very high pressing game and deserved the 3 points.
Right, yeah. I mean, Daryl, you must be really happy for Rafa Benitez this time.
One of the most interesting things I found out was basically when United basically go a goal up, it's very, very difficult to actually try to basically win the game. It's like very rare that teams actually come back and beat them. And Liverpool basically, I guess, I wouldn't say it was against the, it was definitely the hunger, as Shebby said.
Just trying to be modest.
Yeah. We beat them.
But
that's more like it.
But Shebby, do you think that when United scored first so early in the game, that oh no, here we go again?
I mean, it was a great start, but then the midfield area, especially after Michael Carrick got injured, and Paul Scholes, I mean, no disrespect, but I think Scholes has seen better days, and they were going to struggle. Anderson, I think, is turning out. Is not turning out as what Sir Alex Ferguson would have expected him to be. And once you get overrun in that midfield, and Xabi Alonso and Mascherano were awesome. I mean, they really played to the best of their abilities, to their maximum ability. And once you take control of that area, Rooney, Tevez, Berbatov, starved of the ball, starved of any service, game over.
Yeah. All right. Okay. The weekend also saw Arsenal easily beating Blackburn 4 goals to 0 at Ewood Park. While the Blues, Chelsea, came out tops in the battle of the big bucks.
We've got to ask Zack
Stadium,
about this one.
Manchester Stadium.
Arsenal, Zack, what do you reckon?
Arsenal, I mean, they had a fantastic performance against
Blackburn,
obviously, and all eyes were on Theo Walcott. But I think what's really interesting to see is like, Arsenal normally used to get bullied in these games, by teams with aggressive kind of style and route one football. And this time Arsenal seems to have learned how to mix it with these kind of teams. And
yeah, that's right.
And 4-0 away from home.
Impressive hat-trick by Adebayor as well.
It was, I mean, and Adebayor needs to be scoring regularly because they create a lot of chances for him. And towards
and he's a confidence player.
Yeah,
you can tell, right? Once he got the first, he looked like a different guy. He looked like the old Adebayor, what we saw last season.
And that was the fluency of their play is something that Blackburn could just not handle. And again, I thought, if it was 1-0 at halftime, we would have expected some kind of reaction from Blackburn. But Adebayor scoring right at the end of the first half kind of just killed the game off.
Yeah, and it's good to see some British lads as well. Aaron Ramsey. I think one of them came on a wheelchair. Yeah, it's been a long time since I remember Arsenal with some British players. Right. So
okay, but moving on to Chelsea, Shebby, what do you think of their performance?
Fantastic performance. Yes, it was pretty much even in the first half, but second half Chelsea showed that there is better cohesion, better teamwork, and that I thought made the big difference. A team that's been together now for 3-4 seasons, and a team that's just starting out, new manager, a lot of new players. But I was impressed with Robinho's cameo, I would say, because I think Zack's got something to say about that.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on Robinho's debut, Zack?
Yeah, obviously it's a fairy tale start, Shebby. But like I was saying earlier just now, did he not fade after the goal? Did you really hear Robinho's name very much after he scored that goal? Maybe we were talking earlier on about fatigue.
The World Cup qualifiers and all the travelling he did.
Was it too soon to throw him into the mix on that performance, you have to say yes, really.
But yeah, Shebby, Chelsea deserved winners.
Very much so. Can't take away anything from them. And I just feel, that if I have a grouse against Chelsea, I think Deco gets too many headlines when he doesn't really contribute as much. I think Frank Lampard will be feeling slightly peeved because I think Frank Lampard was the bigger contributor.
All right, great stuff. We're going to take a little break now, but we'll be right back before you know it, right here on Football Everyday. Welcome back to Football Everyday. Just before the break, we were of course talking about the weekend's matches. We were finishing up Chelsea's win over Manchester City. Let's quickly move on to I think another disappointing result which we have to give a little mention to. Shebby, Spurs defeat at home to Aston Villa. Shebby, what is Tottenham or Juan de Ramos doing wrong or not doing right at the
Before
moment?
Shebby explains himself, Martin Yeo basically up in the Bundesliga with Hamburg.
Yeah.
Juan de Ramos bottom the
Exactly.
league.
Yeah.
You miss Martin Yeo?
Shebby, worst start for Spurs since 1974. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
that's right. Yeah. Juan de Ramos just seems to have lost his sense of direction. Came in last season, looked very good with his tactical substitutions, with the teams he put out. But apart from getting it right against Chelsea, once again, he gave up midfield strength, playing players in positions where they are not happy. And in my opinion, playing with, you can afford to play with one donkey up front, but when you have two, then you are asking for trouble. So it was a disjointed Spurs lineup, and tactically, Martin O'Neill was brilliant. I thought, the way he utilized Ashley Young was really something that I think he'll continue to do. So he kind of bamboozled Spurs as well with his tactics. But like I said, you have Darren Bent and Pavlyuchenko up there, two similar kind of players, and then you stick Luka Modric on the left-hand side of midfield. It's like Wayne Rooney playing right-hand side of midfield for Man United. So Juan de Ramos, I think he's got one last game this weekend at home to Wigan. The Boo Boys will be out otherwise.
Well, like Shebby, I was telling you, I spoke to some Spurs fans in America, and the tide seems to have turned against Ramos. Do you feel it's like, is that unfair, Sheb? He's only been there
No, I think exactly
5 minutes.
I
Right?
think he deserves it, because he's the manager who's not have any reason to be unhappy about. He's bought the players that he wants. He's sold players that he didn't want. He's been given all the time and the money, to sort out a team. And he's gotten worse than when he first came. When he first came in, he looked very impressive. But now, it's not rocket science. He finally got the midfield right against Chelsea, and we ran Chelsea, a close second. I thought in the second half we were better than Chelsea at times. Yeah. So why do you change it again? I mean, he's doing more rotations than Rafa.
I feel for you, Shebby, I really do. Let's take a little break from all the football chat, right, and get into the contest segment, which is what the second exactly exactly what the second segment of the show is all about. As mentioned, the Star Tiger FC Road to Barcelona contest. Okay, this is of course week 2. Just before Daryl gives you the questions, let's very quickly tell you how you can take part in this contest. All right. Of course, this contest is giving you the grand prize, all right, chance to win the grand prize of a trip to Barcelona to catch the mouth-watering El Clasico between Barcelona and Real Madrid, of course, and loads of other prizes up for grabs. As you can see, an autographed Leo Messi Barcelona jersey, autographed Arsenal jersey, loads of team balls, Barcelona signed ball as well, loads of other great Tiger merchandise. You gotta get the entry form in the weekly Football Everyday pullout that comes out on Fridays. Alright, all you need is actually one entry form. There are, of course, 16 questions because this contest runs for 8 weeks, so 2 questions per week. Get an entry form, watch our podcast, of course, Football Everyday, get the questions from us, write down your answers, collect them, and then you send it in at the end of week 8, okay? And of course, out of all the entries we get, 26 finalists will be chosen, okay? And out of 26, 4 of you get to vie for the grand prize of the trip to Barcelona. Yeah, while the remaining 22 get a shot at winning loads of these fantastic prizes. Without further ado, Daryl,
I'm going to shoot off the 2
time
questions.
to pay attention. Yeah.
The 2 questions for this week for the Tiger Road to Barcelona contest are, okay, first question is, who is the only player to have won the English Premier League with 2 different clubs? That's question 1. Question 2 is, how many English Premier League titles has Ryan Giggs won?
one more time? Okay, no, we'll give it to you at the end of
Yep.
the third segment
at the
again,
end.
in case you missed it. Yeah, but once again, very big thank you to Tiger FC for sponsoring this great contest. I think we've got to take a little break now. We'll be right back once again here on Football Everyday. Don't go anywhere.
Come back soon.
You're back with us here on Football Everyday with the usual Football Everyday crew. And we're into the third and final segment of today's show. And we've talked about the weekend's matches, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool all winning, United losing, sadly, Time now, of course, to go into this weekend's matches. Just before we go into the big one, which I know we're all waiting to talk about, have a quick mention on West Ham taking on Newcastle at Upton Park. Shebby, are Newcastle in a mess? for you?
I think in a mess is being kind. I think they just completely lost direction. They just don't know what is happening. I mean, if you talk about a sinking ship, I mean, this has sunk. Newcastle have hit rock bottom. Mike Ashley is trying to sell the club to whoever comes along. He's
481 million,
exactly
right?
at a ridiculous price as well. And I mean, you can't do that to a professional football club. You need to separate the technical side from the administrative side. While you are sorting out your who's your new manager, who's going to be the new owners, whatever. The football side has got to be protected, because these are the people who will go out there and and keep you afloat. So it's all an utter. I was going to say utter shambles, but that's not right. It's a total wreck.
But Shebby, I got to ask you, right? Newcastle, it's a strange old club because, I mean, for a manager, are they at the mercy of the fans, do you reckon? I mean, this is a club where the fans seem to be the controlling party of this club,
Yeah,
right? I mean, they got Allardyce sacked. I mean,
Yeah, that is
do
the
you really want to
problem,
listen to those
because-
Geordie fans?
No, Mike Ashley, when he bought over the club, Sam Allardyce was already in
Because he hasn't
place.
done much wrong, Shebby.
No.
He's given them money.
No, but Mike Ashley started it all off, Zack, because he allowed the fans to influence him to an extent where he sacked Sam Allardyce, all
True.
right?
Yeah.
And now, he's asked Kevin Keegan to go. The fans are not happy with the fact that Dennis Wise is the director of football. So he has made a lot of poor decisions, Mike Ashley.
Yeah.
And along the way, you've got to distance yourself from the fans in that I am the owner, this is how we're going to run the club, and give me time, give me 2 seasons, we'll have a team that you'll be proud of.
Yeah.
No, nothing of that. So there is a lot and you cannot dress in your team jersey and be swigging beer among your fans. And I mean, yes, you are a fan, but once you're the chairman,
there
you've
is
got
some
to have
distance.
So he started on the wrong foot. He's just gotten worse.
Yeah, agreed, Shebby. Okay, quickly, Daryl. West Ham. Gianfranco Zola, the right man for you
Well,
to
I
take
guess
over from Kirbishley?
Basically, with West Ham, right, looking at the fact that they were so prompt in getting a replacement for Alan Kirbishley, so that works in their favour. And for Newcastle, I think they'll be glad to be playing away from home.
Shebby, what do you think the score's going to be?
I'm going to go with West Ham winning this. I think it'll be a very narrow 2-1.
Wow. Okay, great stuff. But we've got to move on to the big one
big
now.
one, the big one on
happening.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Come on.
West Ham Newcastle is happening on Saturday. The big one's happening on Sunday. I think 9 p.m. kickoff.
That's right.
At Stamford Bridge, Chelsea take on Man United. Doesn't get bigger than this, right, Shebby? I got to ask you, what do you think the repercussions are going to be for both teams in the long term? Title race in the long term.
I think we go back to last weekend's performances. You cannot say that Chelsea were not the better team. If the two teams were to carry their form from last weekend into this weekend, it's a no contest. Chelsea to win hands down. I don't see how Man United are going to going to change the way they played, because Sir Alex Ferguson, he called his team the way they played. He said they played like a conference team.
That's right.
Now that is something that should be sending shock waves through Old Trafford and everything.
But Daryl, sorry, Sheb,
Sure.
Daryl, May, when was the last time Chelsea lost at home?
February 2004, something like that.
Wow.
Long time
That's
ago.
quite
Maybe
amazing.
4 matches or something like that at
And
home.
in terms of team news, I mean, Zach, we know John Terry's red card at the
That's
weekend
right,
has been
I know.
overturned.
Finally,
so he
some
will be
common
available
sense from the powers that
so
be.
He'll be available to face United, of course.
That's right.
How important is he going to be?
Well, I mean, that's like crucial to Chelsea, really. He's Mr. Chelsea. alongside Carvalho. He's the reason why Chelsea are as solid as they are, really, and he'll be a great asset to have back in the team. I mean, not only on the pitch, but I suspect in the dressing room as well.
And on the other end,
Yeah.
on the other side, there'll be a big hole in
Exactly.
Man United defense
Vidic.
because Vidic is out.
Yeah.
So it's I mean, only Chelsea can lose this game because I don't see how Man United can win it.
But then again, lads, quickly, it is Man United, and there's no more dangerous team than when the chips are down against them, right?
And of
We've
course,
seen United
and,
really come roaring
good,
back.
the little good news for United is that Ronaldo may be back. So I hope. But
Well,
yeah, I think we're running out of time. So sorry, Shebby. Quick score prediction from you,
I'm going to go with Chelsea winning it comfortably 2-0.
Daryl.
Well, Chelsea, obviously.
You guys. Okay, yeah, as promised, of course, just a quick one, all right? We'll repeat the questions for the Stars Tiger FC Road to Barcelona contest for you in case you missed it in segment 2. Daryl, you want to give it to them one more time?
Okay, the questions are, the first question is, who is the only player to have won the English Premier League title with 2 different clubs? And the second question is, how many English Premier League titles has Ryan Giggs won?
That's right. Thank you very much for watching. In case you got anything to say, comments for Shebby, do drop us an email at football@thestar.com.my. Just before we go, a special thank you goes out to Adidas as well for giving us these cool kits, alright? I think with that, we got to say goodbye here on Football Every Day. Enjoy your football. Make sure to catch us next week, and we'll see you soon.